Right, welcome back to Handmade Well Made, guys. Today we're going to be doing this carving of Sheila's shed. We're going to be adding some things to it with pictures around the side and everything. So what we'll do is we'll get all this stuck down, we'll stick all the other pieces down, and then we'll get on with the carving. But we're going to show you the process of putting all the pieces into position and getting it all ready to sign. Cheers, guys. Right guys, as you can see, we've got this bit down with the tape at the top. We've already got it in position with those lines marked up. So what we'll do is we'll just a bit of contact adhesive onto the paper, remember not onto the wood. Always go down the middle and then spread it out, that way you're making sure you're nice and flat everywhere. The pieces that we're going to be adding to it, we've got some fork and a spade somewhere. Yep, spade there. So we're going to have them up in the top corners. We've got a carrot, which is going roughly there. An onion, which is going roughly there. Broccoli in the corner and a pepper up here. So that's going to be his layout. So what we'll do is we'll start getting these stuck down. Once again using contact adhesive. So there we've got his layout all ready to go, guys. We've got Sheila's shed, fork, spade and all his veggies at the bottom. Next we'll get on to carving. Right guys, we've just come back in between, just before we start doing the routing, because what I want to do is I want to show you these blades that I use. Now, these have got three sides to them, but the advantage that I find is the only thing you need to do before every route, as you can see, it's got a little bit of crap on it that's built up. So all we do is literally get it on as oilstone, keep it flat and just give it a rub. Few times backwards and forwards, and look at that, we've got a brand new blade more or less. Keeps it lovely and sharp. If you do this before every route that you do, or every couple of routes that you do, then you stay on top and keep your blade nice and sharp. So that's just a little bit of a tip for you guys, especially with these blades. I don't think you can do it on other blades that are out there, because you'd need to have them on the three flat surfaces. If I can put a link into the description at the end to the where I can get these from, I will do, guys. There's a quick tip for you. Right guys, we've got his blade in. We'll set his depth now at about 2 mil. Yeah, that's alright as it is. So we'll get cracked on and start routing. Well, we will when we put some power on. Try that again. that's the Sheila's done, guys. But what I'm just going to show you is, because I'm not a big fan of these. They don't look right, they don't match the writing, so what I'll do is I'll just design my own, basically. You can do it with a pencil, just to make sure you've got your layout right, but I just usually freehand them. But what I'll do is I'll just give you an example. So we just go with a circle, and we just give it a bit of a flick off like that. I think that looks a lot better. It's almost like a 9, so I think it just looks better. Right guys, I'm going to finish off the writing now and then we'll get onto the pictures. That's the writing done, so we can take this off now, just in case we get any flaps coming up and it wobbles the blade as we're going along. It just makes life a little bit easier, that's all. Nice, right. Right, I'll give that a quick sand now, guys, and we'll get back when I've just get a wipe down. Right, we'll now commence taking all this inner bits out so we can get it done, finished with the carving, and then we can start moving on to the spraying for all the blacks. It's going to have black writing in it, all these outlines will be black, and then we'll paint all the vegetable afterwards. If you just have a little look, guys, you can see where I've just slightly caught the edge there because we're still using the fine blade rather than the spiral up cuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tidy this edge up. The advantage you've got with making tiny little mistakes is this, is when you know how to fix them, they're not a problem. So you're not too worried about if you do make them. The idea is obviously not to make any mistakes, but if you do, when you know how to correct your mistakes, life's a lot easier. So we'll just put a little bit of a thinner edge on this. There you go, you can't tell it we're there now. Even though I made a mistake, it's quite easily rectified, so don't panic if you do make a little slip. You can always widen your letter slightly and make a little bit of a change to it. Getting over mistakes is the easiest thing to do. Once you know how to fix any mistake, you don't worry about making them. But what I'm going to do is, just to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to put the spiral up cut on so we don't get no slipping into other things. Right guys, that's your spiral up cut bit. This is a really thin one. They do range from that to that. So if you've got a really big area you're taking out, you can put this one on and it'll make life so much quicker for you, as you'll see when I put this on now. You've just seen me take nearly 3-4 minutes just to take this little bit out. With this it's going to be so much quicker. So we'll change blade over now without rolling off. Wow, that's a bit stiff. Remember this depth here, we can use that as his guide to make sure we're down to the same level, which we are there now. So we'll carry on taking the rest of this out now. Right guys, that's all the carving done. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give it a spray of lacquer just to seal anything, because this oak can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes to sand down. So I just want to try and minimise any bleeding. So there we are, that's the carving done. So we'll give her a quick spray of lacquer. This is a Paint Factory Clear Protective Top Coat lacquer that we've started using. The one that we used to use, it's by the same company, Paint Factory, but we can't seem to get it around here anymore, which used to be the yacht varnish. So we've moved on to this stuff now. Unfortunately it's gloss, but it doesn't make that much difference, to be fair, with it being lacquer rather than paint. So we'll give you a little bit of a move here, and we can start. Just give it. No. You got to take the top out, man. So I'll just give it a quick lacquer, making sure it's in all them cracks, just to seal it up. And then once it's all sealed, we'll give it a chance to dry. We'll spray it as black, and once we've sprayed as black, we'll dry it off and we'll give it a sand down again, and then we can start painting the colours into it. Right guys, that's the lacquer dry now, so we're going to apply the black coal paint, as this is called. It's basically for spraying on your barbecues and stuff like that, because it's high temperature, but because it's a matte, it gives a really good finish to it, and also doesn't clog up too much. So we'll give it a spray down now. Remember, don't go too heavy, because if you go too heavy, it's a nightmare to sand off. So just little sporadic squirts. You don't have to get it out first time, because you will go around again once you've moved everything. So you're better off doing it from multiple angles. So what we'll do is we'll turn it a little bit now, and you can see all shade, all bits that you've missed. So we'll just give them a top up. So what we're going to do now guys is just sand this down now that it's all perfectly dry, and hopefully it won't clog the sandpaper up too badly. across the 40 grit, we'll go onto a 60 and 80. This is a 60 grit. So now we'll go on to the 80 grit. We'll go for 120 next, but I wanted to show you something, guys, while I'm here. You could actually leave all this on so it looks like it's aged wood, so it's a good way of aging wood. If you spray it black, sand it down, it makes it look like it's been out and it's weathered and it's got old. So that's another little trick for you. If you want to leave it like that, you could do if you're going for that weathered sort of aged look. So, but we're not. We're going on to 120 now, and then hopefully this should be more or less done. Right, there you go guys, that should be good enough for what we need. Beautiful. That's my drink completely covered in sawdust. Can't beat a bit of sawdust mixed in with your Coca-Cola. So, we'll stick that to one side for a second. And then what we will do is, we will commence with the painting. Right, what we're going to do guys is, I'm going to put the routed edge on first, so that we don't scratch the paint or anything like that, or put any scratches on the surface. We could always sand it down then, just in case. So we've got this round over bit on now guys. I'm just going to put a round over around it all, just to tidy it all up a little bit. So now we've put all those fancy rounded edge on. I say fancy, it's just rounded. Just got a little bit of a bump there, I'll just tidy that up a little bit. No point going all this way and leaving a little bump. Back. Give it a quick blow off. Now can you see there where we've just got a little line? If we'd have done that before painting it, you'd have had them all in your paintwork. So that's why we do it beforehand. So I'll just give it a quick sand down just to get rid of that mark. Right, we've given her a quick sand down just to get rid of this little mark that we're down here. I found a few more, but I've just taken them all off. So, with painting, obviously you all know how to use a brush and paint. So it's just a case of painting it on, literally. Nothing hard. Just try and keep to your, within your lines. Right guys, time to do the painting. So we'll start with grey and we'll do the shovel and the fork. So this is all painted now. So all we've got to do is literally just give it a sand down. I'll give it a little blow off first, just before we do, just to make sure there's no bits. So again, Paint Factory Clay Protective Top Coat. And there you are, guys. All done, all finished. And what we'll do is we'll wait for that to dry and we'll give it a coat on the back, seal it up. But there you have it, all finished. Right guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you would like to share us and get us out there a little bit more, that would be massively appreciated. We need as many help with subscribers as we can get at the minute, so we are doing as many jobs as we can to get it out there for you to see. Don't forget to check Eric's channel out, which is Old Dave 100, and also Shane, his channel as well, which is Fish Tank 5050. And those guys are the guys I've learnt most of my stuff off, and that's why we create work like this, because we've been taught by good guys. Go check them out, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and give us a share. Cheers guys.